having the stability of the work, full-time job, gives me opportunities to do great things, out there.
But, Gary, I don't know if people know, like, the hours that go into doing an hour-long drama. Lenny, you and I were talking about it. I mean, Gary can work, up to, 12, 16 hours some days probably on the show, especially as a producer on top of it. And then you're doing 40 shows a year overseas. I mean, do you sleep?
Well, all those shows aren't overseas. I had to find a way to continue to entertain the troops and devote time to them without going overseas all the time because I'm on television. So we do a lot of domestic shows. I've played on dozens of bases all around the country, and I just did a 3-show little weekend where I played at Fort Rucker and then went up to Fort Lewis and Naval Base Kitsap, and I'm in Chicago this coming weekend for a big concert there called Rockin' for the Troops out in Wheaton, Illinois, and play at Great Lakes Naval Base this weekend. So, a lot of the stuff I do is domestic. There's a real need on these bases because you have a lot of people that are deployed. You have families that are struggling through these long deployments. You have troops getting ready to go. You have troops coming back. There's a real need out there to try to help relieve some of the pressure and some of the stress on the military, and I show up and I can give them a good time. It's a good feeling to be able to do that.
It's awesome. Gary, I have my Lieutenant Corporal friend who's at 29 Pulps. It's Lieutenant Corporal Kenny Judge. I want to get that out there, Ken Judge. He's the greatest guy on the planet. But his family's going to be coming out to Cotigny this weekend. So will I. We're in that town. I mean, we're right next door.
Right.
So we're going to all be coming out. Is there and his mother wanted me to ask, is there any way you would take pictures with his family?
Well, there's a lot of folks that go to that concert. There's like 10,000 people or 12,000 people that go to the concert. If I do a small meet and greet after the show, but that's usually set up by the people that are running things out there. So I wouldn't know how to organize that. But if you can get in touch with the people that are organizing and running it, I'd be happy to do that.
I'll tell them that because they really like you a lot. And Gary, I wanted to bring up two things from the film, the Lieutenant Dan Band film, which is, by the way, once again, ltdanbandmovie.com, Lieutenant Dan Band for the common good. That natural woman bit that you guys do in your concerts in the middle, that was great.
It's a lot of fun because we always bring a soldier, a Marine, or a service member up on stage, and the girls kind of embarrass him and stuff like that in front of his friends. It's a pretty fun moment.
It's great. And then, Gary, I got to tell you something, man. I've seen you guys live. I have to. I have to talk to him about it, Steve.
All right.
I've seen you guys live, and now I've seen it in the documentary. Gary, you bust out some dance moves out there.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, you.
You do these little subtle dance moves out of nowhere, and I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I lose myself in the music.
That's the bass player in you, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have a good time. I played music when I was a kid, and then I got into acting in high school, and played music until into my early 20s, and then I was acting at Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago, and really didn't play for a long time. And as a kid, you always think, when I was playing music, I always, you envision these giant crowds out there and playing in front of thousands and everything. Now, and now I'm doing that, and it's great to be able to get up in front of lots of people, have a good time, raise some money for good causes, do some good things out there, and enjoy yourself doing it. I'm really having a great time playing music with this band. It's a great band. Most of the folks are out of Chicago there, and now I've traveled all over the world with this band. I've gone all over the place. I never thought I'd be touring the world with a band, but that's exactly what we're doing.
Yes, and Gary, thank you very much. Promise me after CSI you're going to do a comedy. You need to do it.
Who knows what'll happen after CSI? Right now, I'm going to start shooting next week, and I'm just glad we're still on the air, and I'll keep doing that for a while until it's done.
But it's nice to see you smile, Gary. Lenny, you got any questions for Gary?
Absolutely. When I was watching the film, obviously most of it is about the troops, but towards the end of the film, Operation Snowball, so many times it's forgotten about the family at home that have lost loved ones. If you could speak a little bit to that, because that was the most touching part for me. The little kids, who their fathers or mothers are overseas, or they've lost the loved ones. If you could speak a little to that, because that was very touching for myself. So,
unfortunately, we have thousands of children who have lost a mom or a dad in these wars in the last 10 years, and I wanted to try to find a way to help some of these kids through these difficult times. There are organizations that are trying to provide scholarships for some of these kids when they want to go to college, and there are grief counselors through TAPS, the TAPS program, Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, and then there's Snowball Express, which is in the movie. That's an organization I'm actually on the board of. We bring all these kids together to let them bond with each other and have a good time. We'll bring over 1,000 kids who have lost a mom or a dad in the war, and we bring them together and give them 3 or 4 days of fun, new memories, let them meet other kids that are going through the same thing, and it's a positive thing for them. It's a positive thing for all the volunteers that kick in. American Airlines donates 8 planes and flies these kids and their guardians in from all over the country, and they provide tickets for Gold Star families that are overseas to fly in for this big event that we do in Dallas. I'll play a concert. We take them to the rodeo. We do all kinds of good things for them, and it's a fun thing for them, but it's also a healing and thing for them as they. We provide grief counseling and all kinds of things to try to help them get through these difficult times. And this event takes place right before Christmas, which is a tough time for them. And that's, one of the organizations that I support and have been involved with for many years. You can see that in the movie, and you go to GarySiniseFoundation.org. You can see a bunch of different organizations that I think are doing great things out there to help our troops and families.
Now, Gary, I got 2 final things for you. One, how can a show like ours, which is on a smaller scale, I don't obviously have the clout or recognition that you do, but how can we help out in our town, in our neighborhood? What can we do as a show to help support the troops?
Well, one of the immediate things you can do is to try and get the word out about this concert that I have coming up for Operation Support Our Troops America. This is an organization that I've been involved with for 5 or 6 years. I think this might be our 6th or 7th year doing a concert in Wheaton at Cantini Park. It's called Rockin' for the Troops. We, put on a big concert. All the money goes to support Operation Support Our Troops America. The concert has become a huge summer event in Wheaton at Cantini Park. Every year there's thousands of people out there. All the money goes to this organization. And they started being so successful with it. The organization was set up to send care packages overseas to our troops. Now they raised a lot of money, and they're able to not only send these care packages overseas, but donate money to other worthy efforts out there. And each year they ask me for a suggestion of some of the things that I'm involved in, where they can maybe make a donation. And this year I asked them if they would help to get, I'm involved in building homes for severely wounded service members. We unfortunately have 3 quadruple amputees, 3 guys that lost both arms and both legs. And we built the first home in Staten Island. And the second home is being built outside of St. Louis, and the third home is going to be built in Antioch, Illinois, for Corporal John Peck, and he was the third surviving quadruple amputee. Obviously, they have special needs, and so we build these smart homes, these specially designed homes that are designed specifically for their particular injury. And we're going to build this home in Antioch, and a portion of the proceeds from the concert on Saturday night for Operation Support Our Troops America is going to go to the building of this particular home for Corporal John Peck. So anybody who comes to that concert buys their ticket. I think it's $25. You can get it, at online at their website, or you go to Jewel Osco stores and that kind of thing. The proceeds are going to go to help not only send care packages, but help to build a house for this wounded hero.
Yeah, and I just wanted to tell our listeners there are not there's only about a few hundred tickets left. You're going to want to pick yours up immediately for Saturday. And it's going to be beautiful Saturday. I checked the weather. It's going to be sunny, 91. At night, it's going to be a perfect 70. I mean, come on, this is the night to go out and do a show.
Perfect.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so, Gary, my last final thing for you is from a Chicago angle. One, what is your involvement still or now with Steppenwolf? And two, where's your favorite place to eat in the city?
Well, Steppenwolf, because I'm on television, I can't really work there and do any plays, but I do raise money, and I'm still one of the founders of the company, and discuss things from time to time. We have a great leadership there, and they're doing a great job taking care of the theater, and the theater's thriving and doing very well. But I do go each year. I'll play at I take my band and we play at the annual fundraising gala in the spring, and I'll raise money and awareness throughout the year. I have a lot of restaurants I like. How can I single out one restaurant?
Give me an Italian one or a pizza joint. One of those.
Well, how about Vinci? It's right near Steppenwolf, actually. Very, very good restaurant right down the street from Steppenwolf. And then, I always love going to Gibson's.
Oh, Gary,
or I know. Gene and Giorgetti's. I always love those places.
Oh, right.
July 14th through the 16th, I believe, at Gene and Giorgetti's, 1941 prices. And by the way, I know Gary has no time to listen to our little talk soup over here, but we talk about Gibson's all the time. It's our favorite. Thank you.
Well, they're always very good to me over there.
Oh, of course they are. You're Gary Sinise. Gary, I want to encourage you to get some sleep because it feels like you're working all the time. You are the hardest working man I have ever, I guess this is met.
Well, thanks very much. It's all good stuff.
And we're going to keep plugging away your organization and your film. We'd like to put a banner up on the website for it. We'd like to do whatever we can. Anytime that there's any organization that wants to get involved with us, that is involved with the Gary Sinise Foundation or one of those charities that he supports, I am more than willing to support. We support our troops on this show, and we are going to do whatever we can.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Very much, Gary.
Thank you.
Have a very pleasant week.
You bet. See you Saturday night.
Yeah.
See you Saturday night.
Bye-bye.